Hey, Brooke here. You're in a conversation and someone says something slightly off. There's a missing piece, a small gap in the logic, and you can't help but notice it. But you don't say anything. Instead, you hesitate. You run through possible outcomes. Do you let it go? Do you rephrase it? Pretend you didn't notice at all? And while you're doing this, the moment quietly moves on and nothing happens. And from the outside, it looks like you had nothing to say. But internally, it was the opposite. This is one of the quieter patterns often associated with higher intelligence. Not necessarily knowing more, but processing more. Psychologist Terman, one of the first to study high IQ individuals long term, found something unexpected. Intelligence didn't always correlate with academic ability. It often came with specific behavioral patterns like thoughtfulness, caution, and a tendency to analyze before acting, which sounds very useful until it isn't. Because the same ability that allows someone to think deeply often makes it harder for them to think simply. Decisions take longer, not because the answer isn't there, but because there are so many possible answers. It's like trying to choose a path when there's 10 there, and all of them make sense. This connects to something called cognitive complexity, the ability to hold multiple perspectives at once. People with higher intelligence often score higher in this, which means they're better at understanding nuance, contradiction, and ambiguity. But like I said earlier, that often means that they're less likely to feel completely certain about anything. And that uncertainty can look like hesitation, overthinking, and even self-doubt. There's also a tendency toward what psychologists call intellectualization, the habit of analyzing emotions instead of simply just experiencing them. Instead of just feeling stressed, the brain asks why it's stressed. Instead of just feeling upset, it starts breaking the feeling down into causes, patterns, and explanations. This creates a strange distance, where you're not just in the moment, you're observing yourself having the moment. And while that can be useful for reflection, it makes it harder to exist without commentary. Another pattern that shows up with high intelligence is sensitivity, not in an emotional or dramatic sense, but perceptual. Subtle tone shifts, inconsistencies, small details that don't quite line up. These things stand out more. And once you notice something, it's very difficult to unnotice it or to let it go. So your brain keeps it, tracks it, and sometimes constantly replays it, which can make the world feel slightly louder than it is for everyone else. There's also the expectation factor, which can come from others or even yourself. There's often an assumption that if you're smart, you should be certain, decisive, and quick. But intelligence doesn't always look like confidence. In fact, it usually looks like pausing, reconsidering, or saying, "I'm not sure," or "I don't know enough about that to make an informed judgment." Which brings us to the twist of something called the Dunning-Kruger effect, described by psychologists David Dunning and Dunning-Kruger. It suggests that people with lower ability in a given area tend to overestimate their competence, while those with higher ability are more likely to underestimate theirs. In simple terms, the less you know, the more you think you know. The more you know, the more aware you are to what you don't know. So maybe high intelligence isn't about knowing all the answers. Maybe it's about how your brain handles complexity, how it navigates uncertainty, and how it has hyper-awareness. And while that can make things slower or heavier sometimes, it also allows for something else: depth, the ability to sit with an idea and question it and reshape it and look at it from every angle. And honestly, open-mindedness is what this world needs more of. Liked what your weird brain just learned? Hit subscribe. If not, that's okay. I trust you've thoroughly considered your decision though.